Here's a riser that I just finished polyurethaning, and here's a wide-angle lens I got in the mail. Here in the sun you can see it much better. It just clips on and gives you a much wider view. I got this lens to take much wider, simple photos of the condo to show how big it is, and to be able to show the inside of the shuttle bus easier. This has a 140-degree angle of view and will be able to capture more as I do the walkthrough. This degrades the image a little bit, but for what I'm doing, that's acceptable. I'm going to stick the lens on my phone, but first, this is a picture without the lens. I'll be right back. This is the camera's existing lens. As you can see, it's not very wide. This was taken at the same point in distance. As you can see with the wide-angle snap-on lens, it covers a lot more area and gives a sort of small panoramic view. The lens does have a tendency to curve the straight lines on the outside a little bit, but I'm not concerned about that. It also degrades the video just a little bit, but that's okay. Here's my electric bay, pretty much complete. As you can see, the lens distorts the outer straight lines a little bit. You can see wiring everywhere, and it's all a little over-engineered, but this is the first attempt at something like this, and it is what it is. Next, I'll show you the individual components and what they are, and hopefully what they do. This is my 12-volt fuse block that's made by Blue Sea Products. It has 12 positive and 12 negative contacts. It's rated for 120 amps total and connects to all my items like switches, lights, water pump, etc. Protecting my fuse box is a 120 amp circuit breaker. It's rated for the total amperage of all the connections on the block. This is my IP65 Victron AC to DC charger. It connects directly to the battery terminals and is powered either from shore power or from my generator. Here are my circuit breakers and outlet for my 110 side. It's either fed by shore power or a generator. Here's my 2000 watt inverter with two 110 outputs. Right now I have one dedicated line to use with my t-shirt press, but I can also run my computer and cutter off the batteries as well. This is the positive bus bar. I have the positive lead coming from the battery and feeding a few of my other positive inputs. This frees up space on the battery terminal. The negative bus bar is hooked up to the negative side of the batteries, and as with the positive, it saves space on the battery terminals. My Victron 30 amp MPPT solar charge controller is Bluetooth compatible, and I can use my phone to see how my charge is going. I have two 120 watt 20 amp solar suitcases feeding it. I've added a 200 amp circuit breaker between the battery and the inverter for overload protection. A temporary shut-off switch so the batteries will not overwork the bus's alternator. I'll be getting an alternator regulator as soon as I can save up to $175 for it. Well, that's my electrical system. Over-engineered and not the prettiest layout, but it is functional. I'm working on my risers, getting them made. As you can see, with all of a sudden the shade, that's my first riser, and then I'll have another riser over there, and then whatever I put on the floor, I'll put up here and down here. You can see there's a little bit of a shine on that.